Welcome, everybody, to the Week 2 recap live from our bar and patio right here at 610 Florida Street in Lawrence, Kansas. Directly to my left, longtime listener, not first-time caster, our first guest, representing Sod Squad, Adam Patterson.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
It's
first
okay.
First time I was on this podcast was with Aaron Adams and Cougar and this guy named Gavin, and we did it in a schoolroom. It was a long time ago, so good to be back.
Was it schoolroom? Was it schoolroom? Really? Okay.
Yeah, this time we're going to leave him in. We're not editing him out.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Directly to his left, we have Jason Cubby Huang.
Angel Hernandez is finally retired from the MLB. Thank God. Get him out of here.
Well, that
Fuck
means there's still hope for one ref in the KVKL to retire.
Yes.
That's your intro?
We're looking at you, Cougar.
Yes, that's my intro.
Yeah, that's his
He's
intro.
gone.
We're not nice here to Cougar. You know this. We love him, but...
You're never nice to me, kid.
Directly to his left, representing the LFK Rays. Do I need an introduction, or did you not bring one ready for yourself?
I didn't write one.
You didn't write one? That's the first ever. Imberly Michelle. She has her Cougar mask, though.
It's CJ, our Cougar Jr. First time I was on this podcast was with Cougar and a couple others up here. Actually, Ben Hutnick was up here, too, in a dark, dark cave of Rick's. I think maybe Jazz House, possibly. Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
And last, we save the best, and certainly not least, representing the Love Garden Squids, Courtney Harris.
What's going on, everyone?
So a loaded panel for a loaded week. Let's start it off right at YSC 1 at 5 p.m. Love Garden blows away the Tropics 18-1. First instance of the enough already rule this week.
Hold on. It was not enough already
Oh, it
rule.
wasn't? Oh.
Because it was less than 15 runs as far as a losing deficit before the ninth inning. So we actually lasted 9 innings.
Oh, nice.
So the enough already rule is incorrect.
That is definitely the longest Cougar has ever lasted.
Really?
I'd put money on it.
It's lasted for KTC this week.
So, Cougar, what happened in this game? I assume you were there.
Nothing.
I want to hear about Love Garden. I don't want to hear about the Tropics. We'll let Courtney talk
obviously
about
want
the
to hear about
Tropics.
Love Garden. Like, we didn't get shut out. That's all I got. So yeah.
If Kendra was here, I'd be so disappointed.
I think he would be, because last week you were convincing yourself not to call a shutout, so begrudgingly you got your team to score a run.
Not call a shutout. I was like, please don't get shut. I said
said
just,
out
please don't
loud,
get shut
"I'm
out.
not gonna
I just
say
please don't
it.
get shut
I'm
out.
not
That's it.
gonna
That's
say
it.
it." That's-
Please don't get shut out.
Say right now.
What's that?
What would Ryan say?
Ryan say, I don't know. He's at work. I don't know.
Well, enough
about the Tropics.
Enough about them. Let's hear about Love Garden.
Leave our Love Garden. Go to court.
All right, so Love Garden, my team, obviously. It was a good game for us. We came and switched our lineup a little bit. Sam came back. Obviously, Sam is in a different state, so he's not playing with us this year, so we had some big pickups. I thought we did really well as a team. I myself didn't do the best, but hey, go team. But we have finally got the whole situation, bunting, kicking, going on. Our outfielders didn't get a lot of action like we normally do. But it was, I don't want to say disappointing, but I feel like they were down on themselves a little bit because they were missing players. So you could just tell in their demeanor that they kind of were pissed off, maybe. So to me, I don't like seeing that. I would rather have fun and play kickball. But everybody on our team is super high on life and ready to go.
I would disagree that our team was pissed off throughout the whole game. I really was.
Not the whole game.
No, honestly, maybe they're mad at a few
Looking at
instances.
this, it was probably after the third.
Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. So
I did pull up the score sheets.
They only played with 10. It was going to be with 9, but you added the one late add-on. Thank you, Jay. 3 players were missing, but that's every team had missing players there. Another learning experience, with new team, like 7 players were missing from last off season, so it's baptism by fire. So
I feel like you'd use every instance to just get better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right. And that's all he did. Hopefully they did. So, and they learned. And a couple guys got injured. Ryan got cleated by our new left fielder going for a ball. Hopefully he's okay. Our catcher Reese, he got a pulled hamstring. So hopefully he's okay. So unfortunately, a couple injuries. So.
And here is Derek Dadbod Davis. He ref this game.
It's Derek Yoga Pants Davis.
Yeah, I might have to be changing that. I'm going to shout out to Pendry. He took a nasty cleat from his mid-calf to his ankle, like second kick in the first inning, and played the entire game. Never sat. He could have sat out. You guys had no extra legs.
Nope. And I'm not playing. Hell no.
And then whoever your right fielder is, he had a pulled hammy as well. He was struggle bussing.
Reese was.
Yeah, Reese. But I think you guys honestly played really well for getting your shit kicked in from the third inning on. Like, you guys held together pretty good. And how's Spencer doing?
Yeah, you mean Skylar?
Yeah,
I was going to say it was an injury-filled game. I will say that. Skylar also got injured going to first. They threw it at him, and he tried to jump and come down, and I would assume hyperextended his knee, so he's going to go get that looked out. So he is going to be out this week, maybe next week, and then be ready for Game of the Week for Global.
Sorry to hear that.
Heck yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Indeed. And we're going to go ahead and move on to YSC 1 at 7 p.m. Soda Jerks dispatched the Ringers 22-2. I believe this one was an enough already rule, correct? It was. Derek rejoining us again. He was there as well, playing.
Hey, we got Derek wearing the old school Balls Deep shirt here. This is we guys got a throwback. We used to play together for a few years. It was awesome. So yeah, looking good. Soda Jerks
Water
looking
tower
good.
on the shirt? Oh my God, the water tower.
Water Tower Park.
Jesus.
If we were to redo these shirts, you need to put 2 water towers over here now. They've added a whole second one. So there's
Really? Wow.
Yeah, Water Tower Park is no longer a playable field. There's a water tower right where the grass is.
It was never a playable field, to be honest.
Oh, quiet.
God.
I wanted a big shout out to Adam Patterson. He's the first guy let me play on his team so many decades ago. Now here I am. Anyways, I can't talk enough about the Ringers. Those guys were awesome. We unfortunately did run rule them. We had a feeling going in this was going to be a good game for the Jerks, and so we just worked on our fundamentals, trying to place kick, smart base running. But the Ringers, they had a good win last week. This week, not so much. But that being said, they have a bunch of new players. They're still learning. They probably could have cut out 7 or 8 runs. They had outs that were just like fraction off, like not tagging the runner at third. They're like, I got the ball on the base, little things like that. And but we had fun. We unfortunately run ruled them, and then we stayed around for an inning or two and just fucked around, played kickball. Kids ran out there. They were kicking the balls, running bases. It was a good time. So that's all I got to say.
Thanks, Derek.
Thank you.
No problem.
YSC 2 at 5 p.m. Everyone's leaning in now. Global Cafe edges out Shirt Factory 10-9. Now, before we dive into this game, let me read the notes quickly. There were a few. Solid bunt from Willoughby to start the second, and she scored. Great defense from Bree at second. Quick out and back to the pitcher. Great kick from Aaron in the top of the 7th to score Paul, a blooper over third, and then a slide into second. Cute assist from Riley at Rover to the left field for an out in the top of the 8th. Chairs are moving. Riley getting it started in the top of the 9th. Solid catches from Kayla in left field. Great base running from Vivian to score in the 3rd. Great bases loaded single to score in the 2nd. Score 2 in the 3rd from Kayla. Matt 2. Blew the score open in the 3rd. Definite shots to get outs at 3 was pretty. Now, I'm just going to pass over the microphones, and we're going to see what's going to happen here.
Explain these notes. There's a lot of
There's a lot of notes, there's some explaining that's about to occur.
So what happened?
In this game?
Well, who's up? Was Ian up? Ian? Yeah. So
Well, introduce yourself.
I'm
shirtless
Calvin Irish,
And you play for the...
Shirt Factory.
And you are...
Brianne Kester.
And you play for...
Shirt Factory.
The GOAT.
Cougar's boner is popping.
All right, well, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Well, it was 2 out or 1 out. 1 out. Top 9. Yeah, there we go. Down 1. go ahead run on second, line drive to center field, and I don't know who's playing right there, but reaches out, bobbles it, take off, score off it, but put us up 11-10. Kind of game just got heated right there and just stopped. No real explanation as to what all went on.
I'm going to chime in here just to make sure. Did everyone understand that setup?
Yep.
Yeah. So essentially, from our perspective, that we scored 2 runs on that fly. So 2 outs, 11-10. Then there was I guess Calvin here was called leading off the base. And then later told a different story. We're not really sure what it was.
Yeah, I got 2 different stories.
All we know is it was chaos. There was not very much explanation as to what happened. And essentially the game was called. And I don't know, as the captain, I was not conferred with. I was not discussed what the call was. I got no clarification. It was very chaotic field for sure. And I will say that's probably the most frustrating part of it is just how it ended. That it was a lot of chaos, no ref conference, and no captain's pulled aside. Team should have been put in dugouts and then figured out what was going on. Yeah, that's my perspective on that.
I guess my one question is, for no team to feel like how you felt, what is one thing that you wish going forward would be a standard? Like, for sure, I heard you say, like, conversing, but, like, one thing for sure moving on, what we're going to fix?
I feel like certain umpires need to have certain bases to watch, like for tagging up, because nobody saw anything, and the stories that I got were completely different. So, I mean, first he came up, I asked him, I was like, hey, what you said didn't tag? He was like, well, she bobbled it. I was like, well, it's not exactly what the rule is. They can bobble it. It's first touch and go. So I was like, that's just not right. Bree came out and brought all of us back, and then I went and asked later, and he was like, well, you just didn't tag at all. So I'm getting 2 different stories, and I never get a straight answer for what actually he saw. And I feel like if you're going to make a call that ends a game, you got to at least have confidence in your call rather than just kind of making something up as you go.
And I personally feel like, emotions are gonna rise in a moment like that, in a close game. And teams are gonna come on the field, there's gonna be excitement. I'm totally fine with all of that. What I have a hard time with is just that if that happens, as refs, and I hope that in the future, if I'm reffing, this is what I would do, is that calm everyone down, you put people in their dugouts, game is not over. Bring out captains, figure out what's going on, and then decide if the game's over or if it's continuing. It just was utter chaos.
I love that, because, like, this is not only just, like, a moment of this was a shitty ending for you guys, for sure. Like, and you're repping it across your chest, but also it's like, this is what I want to see here on out. And so I think that's the biggest thing, is to realize that people are humans. Until Marcus's GoPro, we didn't have even this replay up to 3 years ago. So we are very lucky, we are very blessed, but also, like, not to be lame, these are learning experiences. And so, somebody who even reffed that came out on Facebook, and I'm very, I hate that happens, but, to come out on Facebook and feel like you have to validate yourself, I think that's just a big thing. Hey, we're going to try better. So, like, those reffing clinics, I'll even say I got owned up during a game on reffing rules. Like, you've got to go out, you've got to learn these things, and you got to do better. And so no hard feelings against anybody, it seems like, but we just got things we've got to do forward for the future. So I'm really happy to say, like, these are things we can fix. Let's do it.
And we all have different perspectives when we're out there, so it's hard to tell exactly what goes on, especially game moves fast, people are quick.
And on your team, you're going to back your team,
Right.
Like, ride or die. And
Right.
their team, they're going to back their team, right?
Exactly.
So I ref, like, high school games, everything. So my advice for anybody that's reffing is, if you see it, call it. If you don't see it, don't make it up, because it just makes it worse. There's 4 of you. Hopefully somebody saw something, but have confidence in what you're calling. Otherwise, it just makes everything a lot more complicated.
I just want to say overall, it was a great game.
Yeah.
It was a great game. It was a great competitive game, and we look forward to seeing them again.
We're going to do it again.
Yeah.
Let's meet them
Indeed.
again.
And I think for me, we've talked about this in the past. I think other than situations like this, and especially in situations like this, for everybody in the league, from new to old, in between, part of our team is that you have to ref if you want to play them. So you've got to know the rules. You've got to come out to the games. You've got to be involved. The best part is that whether you just like watching kickball or you want to learn about the rules or see them in action, we now have a plethora, almost 15 games every week that you can now watch in an 18-minute burst from start to finish. There's going to be all sorts of plays. The best part about it is that you could call one thing one way, look at it on film, and it could be the total opposite. But the best thing is that everybody's going to have an opportunity to learn from it. That's why the videos are there, not just to digest meaningless kickball or watch you make a play or watch your team play that week, but also as learnable moments, whether it's reffing, whether it's teams you're going to play, other players that you're looking at. There's all sorts of things that you can take out of these videos, but this is the biggest, is like being able to now go back, and I hope everyone goes and watches the end of the game that was posted on the Facebook page. Whether you agree with what was called, whether you disagree with what was called, it's there. You can digest it. You can make your own informed decision. You can see what the majority and the minority believe as well. The great thing is that there are so very few plays that aren't black and white that it's an outlier. The 2-3 times we've talked about it in the last 2 years have been about negative calls. You're never going to get anybody talking about an awesome call at second base that was close. So the real takeaway is that for better or for worse, we've talked about it 3 times in 100 games. Hopefully, in the rest of the year, we have to talk about it 0 times. Go watch the games, learn the rules, know the rules, ask questions. There's 1,000 active people on the Facebook page. And let me tell you, there are a few people who will answer anything that you want to know. Some more than you want, right, Cougar?
Yeah. By the way, it's only fitting that Angel Hernandez just retired 2 days later because this is the type of call he would make if he was reffing kickball.
This is the type of call Cougar would make.
I went there. Fuck him. And the ref that made that call on Sunday. Fuck him, too.
Moving on.
We'll tell him on the Facebook. We'll post from Cougar. Fuck you. Okay.
YSC2 at 7 p.m. Johnny's outpaces the Redlegs 5-3. We had some notes on this game. Nick, great throw out to stop the score at home in the 2nd and 4th inning.
Yep.
Nick with a great catch in the top of the 7th. Austin as well. Kava with an RKI.
Kara.
Oh, they don't.
Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
I wrote it, so I know.
Okay.
Ask her next time.
Now you made me lose my spot. Yeah, where's Kava? With an RKI in the 8th to get on board. Trey with an RKI with 2 outs in the 9th. Jose RKI keeping alive. Great fight in the last 2 innings. Emily, great kick in the 4th to get an RKI.
Yep.
Great catch by Shane to end the 5th. And Jeff with a great kick in the 6th on an RKI.
I ref this game, and I gotta say this: it was the ninth inning. They had a great defensive configuration where they did a inverse rover. What I mean by that is that they put Michael as a bunt block, and they put Christina, who's normally rover over third, over first base. They put over Jack and really threw off Jack as far as trying to bunt. They know he's a bunter, and the runners on first and second. He tried to bunt up one because he was just confused. Michael at bunt block takes the ball and throws to the third for the force out of the second to third. I mean, that type of defense is genius. Whoever thought to put a rover going from over third base to first base and put Michael on bunt block? I mean, that's high level stuff there.
That's how they normally play. They do this all the time. But I will say,
this is the first time I've seen it. Honestly,
I would say though, me and Cougar were both obviously reffing this game, and I will say the Redlegs fought till the end. They didn't give up. They still were in it, and it was a very fun game to watch. And there wasn't a ton of crazy options for calls or anything. It was a very good game to watch.
It was
level-headed. Both teams were in it, and it was fun.
I will say that about that game there, Courtney, is that it was played by base running errors. Twice, going from third to home, tried to tag up. She got pegged in the leg twice. A runner for Johnny's went from first to second, not even tagging him for what reason. It should have been a run going home, but was negated by that baseline blunder. And then Trey for Redlegs rounded third base way too far, and then I think it was got pegged on the dome by Shane, going back to third. So even though it was hard fought, several base running blunders hurt both sides. More so on Johnny's. Johnny should have put more runs than 5 if it wasn't for those base running blunders.
What was it? Red Legs, they didn't put anything up. Scored 3 in the 8th and 9th.
They couldn't bunt.
Yeah.
They were just paralyzed from bunting.
I'm kind of confused how there's not one mention, actually, that Red Legs completed a triple play on Johnny's. Like you were talking about how we're not surprised that Johnny's
It was a double play.
From a Red Legs player, it was a complete three out inning, was it not?
No, it was a double play. It was not a triple play.
Okay, well then Fry, sorry Razinga, but he did have a couple notes. Mr. Fry, a player on this Red Legs team, he did want to say shout out to Nick Benton for great leadership and great gameplay.
Absolutely.
We missed Jordan and James Finley, so they actually had both of their seasoned captains. So for them to still hold them from 5-3, they had none of their captains on this team.
So you can forgive her.
Yeah, dude, Worlds of Fun. Yeah, sorry, fuck y'all. I'm going to Worlds of Fun, but also we didn't have either of them. I mean, Finley or Jordan to lead this Red Legs team, and they were still like, "Hey, Johnny's, no, you're not gonna fucking run it up on us." Like, excuse me, no. You've just seen that too often, where there's this overconfidence of teams. You know, I'm happy that Johnny's hasn't done it yet, but you know, that's why you just never doubt any team. My God, nobody. I mean, people could be gone, people could be there, and still they're making these plays and holding them to 2 runs. We got to give it to Red Legs. Thank you, Red Legs.
Yeah, I think they're on the verge of really entering that top tier. I know they've been a top team for a while, but I think they're making a push.
So.
Okay.
Well, that's enough top teams talk there. Moving on. Moving on. YSC 3 at 5 p.m. The Woos taps out Free State 15-11. Notes on this were high, fun energy as always, good on-field communication, nice slide by Missy at the end of the third, looked professional, lots of positive chatter on the field.
I got a summary there from Dan Malga, the captain of the Woos, of what happened in this game. What he said, quote, "The first 2 innings went back and forth with a similar score. After the 3rd inning, we started tightened up on defense and began slowing down Free State's high-power offense. We went through a kicking lineup in the bottom of the 5th inning, scoring 6 runs. We were able to hold off their offense after they scored 2 runs in the 6th inning to win." That was from Dan Malka.
You know, Woos versus Free State just to me is one of those classic KBKL matchups.
Oh, sure.
Like, you know, it's like Browns Steelers. Like you're gonna get a battle every time, hopefully. And so shout out to Woos.
Sean loves those games.
Yeah,
Browns Steelers.
Those are good games. So you know, yeah, shout out to Woos. Good win.
Cougar Woost is 2-0.
Woost is 1-1.
1-1. Okay.
1-1.
Yeah,
they lost to Toker.
Lost to Midnight Tokers.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tokers, yeah.
So would you say more surprising Woost at 1-1 or Free State at 0-2?
Maybe more Free State 0-2. I know they lost some key players. Mookie went to Young Spine. Austin is a utility player at Johnny's. So those are 2, big loss, especially Austin. But Free State losing to Woos, and no disrespect to Woos, losing Red Legs 25-11, okay.
Yeah.
Losing to Woos, that was a little bit of a surprise. Because even though they lost those 2 main players, I thought they have enough against a Woos team. To be fair, the past 2 years they struggled. So to see them 0-2, that was more of a surprise than seeing Woos at 1-1.
From somebody who plays both teams in our bracket, my team, of course, we've played both Woost and Free State in a season before, and I think for Woost to give me more of a challenge than Free State would definitely throw me through a loop. I'm going to be honest. Seth Sanchez and them always coming out. Rex, they're so aggressive, always hitting it hard, and for them to kind of roll to Woost was kind of surprising to me. I'm going to be honest.
YSC 3 at 7 p.m. Post House batters the D-holes 20-2.
I read this
Was this enough already, or did it go 9?
We went 9. It wasn't enough already,
Okay.
but we continued to roll. We
Okay.
just continued to go. So I was head ref on this one. This was a fun game. Also a little bit, it's competitive. D-Holes isn't going to come out and just roll with it. They're not going to just take an L. That was actually the game that I had to be reminded. Thank you, God, for Alex Hallman, who had to come up and remind me that 2 years ago we changed a rule. I don't know how y'all retain stuff like that, but he had to come remind me during COVID that we changed a rule. So I'm very thankful for him. Had to come up and remind me, and that's another thing that I feel very bad. I actually missed the captain's meeting 2 years ago, and that's the kind of stuff that happens. You don't go to those clinics, you don't go to those captain's meetings, and next thing you know, you're reffing and you look like a douchebag. So here's my thing. IFU for Emberly herself. Go to your fucking, clinics. Go and learn how to ref, because goddamn it, you're going to be there with your dick out, and you're going to wish your dick was in, okay? Put your dick away, go to the ref clinics. But no, this was a very good game. I got to give it to both of them. Nothing is more intimidating than having Simon out there looking at his teammates, telling him, hey, position 11, position 32. I mean, that man has it figured out where he wants you to kick where he wants you to kick. I understand why that team is a well-oiled machine, okay? They go out there. They know what they've got to do. They put that plan down every time, and it's just execution for them. It's go in, do what you can do, continue. So good job. Got to give it to Post Haas.
We did have some notes on this game. Simon had a home run on a bunt with errors in the 8th.
Yeah. That happened.
Ari with an under-the-legs toss to first to get Betsy out in the 8th.
Yeah, Sean, you're not the only cool guy.
Yeah, what?
Fuck Sean. Ari can do it too.
We'll get that to later, Emberly. We'll get that later.
She did it first, actually.
And D-Holes, very cool heads, class act team. Josh M. Is that pinch hit?
House.
Or post house, okay, with a line.
Post house.
Well, I'm thinking pinch hit. Yeah.
Okay, we got you.
With a line drive catch at third, stinger. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think any of us said it was going to be 18, but I think, the general consensus was it was going to be something. And this was kind of that something. Not quite what I expected, but it was something.
Yeah. Well, looking at the D-Hole schedule here, they've got Murderers Row.
Yeah.
And
the gatekeepers.
They're the gatekeepers, but they've only scored 3 runs in 2 games right now. And I know you're playing Johnny's and Post House, so I'd like to see them, step it up here a little bit. They got another tough game coming up against Shirt Factory, so let's see if you guys get some runs on the board
Angry Shirt
here.
Factory at that.
Get some runs on the board, guys. I know you can do it.
So before we move on, once again, we're live here at the R Bar and Patio at 610 Florida Street.
Yeah, where's that dude?
Oh, Clay has a child now.
Clay has a child now, yep.
He has time for
So he can teach it to say arbor or whatever.
that. Yes. He's
Kids
busy.
can learn, okay.
So I'd also like to take a moment. If you are all free tomorrow night, Wednesday, typical kick around, Hobbs Park,
Oh, kick around. I thought it was more drinking.
there's going to be a competition.
Of what?
Oh, I know what this is.
From word on the street.
Is it Jello fighting
No,
again?
it's not. It's not.
I'm not
no
going.
Jello
Okay.
wrestling.
I see
I'm
someone
tired.
shaking their
If
head.
there's
No,
no Jello
no,
fighting,
no.
I'm not going.
There was
No,
a
no,
poll
no.
this week on who is faster, Corbin
Oh,
or Malloy.
Malloy?
Corbin or Malloy, yep.
Is that you?
Is there any?
Are you ready?
Does he have any shot? Just yes or no.
Are you going to give Corbin an option?
He's got
Yeah,
a
he
shot.
has a shot. He said
Okay.
Yeah.
If he trips.
So it's like Corbin and Malloy, and then we have Bryson, Louie, and Kenny, right? Is that who he compared himself to? Is that the next one after that?
Oh, my God.
Just line them all up. Let's run 40.
Dear.
Okay, we're just going to go all of them. Let's
Derek's bringing the speed gun.
Sean, I'm still waiting for that sprint race between you, Kenny from Honey Badgers, and Ross from Saw Squad.
They
I'm
better
still waiting
stretch.
for that. They better stretch. It's like
Better
I'm waiting for that
stretch.
sprint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clock everyone.
I want no part of the
I
Twin
don't
Vegas.
write cash. I don't write checks, and my ass can't catch. So I have not said nothing. I'm just holding.
I have no idea between Malloy and Corbin. I have no idea.
Long,
I have no
long
idea.
stride, but angles, baby.
I have no idea.
It's not about the length. It's about the angles. YSC 4 at 5 p.m. The LFK Rays find the exhaust port on the Empire, 13-5. Few notes: great kicks by Kate in the 6th on 2 outs to get in 2 runs. Scratch John for injury in the 5th, and smart base running by Emberly.
Who made the notes?
I don't know, bitch. You must have not been me because I'm too drunk for that to do that now. No, it was a very good game. Empire is such a fucking fun team. I don't know why, anybody would not want to play Empire. I wish everybody could. They are just so amazing. They're genuinely good people. I think if anything, Vel just learned to not talk for his team. I don't know what's up with these grown-ass men coming up here writing checks that their ass can't cash. Like, first we have Jeff up here who's like, oh, we're going to run rule the strays. Fuck you did. We'll play the replay.
It was Marisa.
Either way, fuck you. You were wrong.
We replayed.
Either person, all I'm saying is fuck you. Either way, it could be a dude, it could be a bitch. Fuck you. So, you didn't run roll us, I'm sorry. And then we got Vel up here, 13-12 us, but they're going to be a good game. It was. One of us got 13, the other one didn't. It was you. So all I'm saying is what you're not going to see me do is come up on this podcast and say, oh, in this next game I'm going to go and, I'm going to freaking run roll this team. No, I am not going to go run. I'm not going to cash a check that my ass cannot cash, okay? So say what you can.
You got brains.
Rep your team where you can. And then just let it be. Put the mic down. Get drunk and go home. Thank you.
And to add on to that,
Arvel.
Yes, Belly.
before the game,
Yes. When you told me not to kick to you or another time?
She came up to kick to me.
And I kicked you every fucking time, didn't I?
Yeah,
Did you get me out once?
Emberly's a baller, no doubt about it. LFK is a great team. Also want to shout out Darren, Chris, and Jesse. They're very underrated players in the KVKL League. But yeah, as far as Emberly, she definitely told me she's coming my way, and she did every time. As far as Empire, we'll be back.
How many outs did you record on her?
None.
None?
Oh, sorry. Was I supposed to answer? I'll let you answer.
It wasn't rhetorical. I'll just put that out there.
It was 0. But I would say as far as Empire, we'll be ready to roll this week against Beavers. But yeah, Emberly, you definitely humbled me, and I won't be on the podcast for the rest of the year. But
Oh, no.
But go Empire.
It will be.
Good. Retired.
That's
no,
not
but I do
happening.
want to give it to Empire. Empire has a bunch of hidden players on there. I don't know if y'all know, but all I'm going to say is when you play Empire, please guard your third base line because your Rovers ain't safe and your third baseman ain't safe too often, okay? So guard that line. But I do got to give it to Catch 'em all Chris. Can't miss Chris. That's my center fielder. I won't tell you his age, but just know, man never misses. And also Darren. For my pickup from Rick Rollers, thank you, Rick Rollers. I got to thank you. That's a great pickup, and I got to thank you, Darren. He comes in clutch every time. And the whole team. Just thank you straight, or Rays, from coming up to changing names, changing captainship, and, we're just working through it. So
Sorry, Ben. Can't say it anymore. Nope. Can't say anymore.
Nothing, Ben.
Nope. All right, YSC 4, 7 p.m. The Midnight Tokers Smoke Asteroid Head, 21-8. After their showing last week, not surprising to me.
After playing the Midnight Tokers in City League, absolutely not either. I got my ass rolled, so good for them.
I got notes there from Colin from Asteroid, what happened there. Had a great time playing Midnight Tokers. I thought the game was being recorded. I was reviewing the vid, but alas, it was for LFK Race. Pat says, quote, but for the first inning grand slam and 6 runs, I think it was very close. Pat had bounced over with a fence triple. I had one over the center field's head. By the way, Clint Thrasher is out for the season.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's out for the season.
Got hurt during the game?
He got injured during a game last year, and he's still recovering. So get well soon, Clint. Yeah, exactly. Clint's been here for a long time. We love Clint.
He's a mainstay of that team.
Yeah.
Him and Pat.
Yep, he is. And he's the first and only guy in this league to pull a Jose Canseco home run.
Off the head?
Off, on my teammate's head for the Channel 6 toe pokes. It was over at Fairgrounds Wrigley. Yeah, 10 years ago? Yeah, 10 or 11 years ago. It actually happened.
I watched Marcus's edit of this game today, and those guys were looking good on offense, especially. They can kick. Good. They were placing it anywhere they wanted to. Yeah, they're going to move up. They're going to be the team that moves up the highest from the preseason rankings. In my opinion, I think they should.
By the first time a first-year team has started the season 2-0 since 2010. And you know what team that was?
Don't hype
Los Luchadores.
Yeah.
Who won it all?
Paul Santos' super
Paul
team.
Santos and Chris Marshall's super team. Yeah.
So, just kind of scouring over the score sheets here, the Tokers came out and dropped 8 runs in the first 2 innings. Finally, about the third, they tied it up, and then the Tokers dropped like 13.
What
more
did they
runs
do to
in
them?
the ninth.
Who said something to the Tokers? Because they came out with a hate fuck right there. I mean, what did
We'll get that later.
Did every person score?
No. I'm not going to call out who didn't score, but only 2 people.
Next game, I'm feeling it. When they're going to go up to kick, every person's coming in. I feel it.
Like if you're scouting the Tokers, their 1 through 6 pretty much were on base every single time. So
Tokers. Watch out for the
One of them is Jackson, the former Tropics. He's really good. Jackson, he's really good.
CJ face for that one. Oh shit!
out for Barry's brethren.
Gotta hold up mini CJ for that one.
YSC 5 at 5 p.m. The Sod Squad put the Recess Rejects in detention 15-10.
Yeah.
How'd that game go, Adam?
That game went really good. Shout out to my teammates, of course. I could go down and name them all because they're all awesome, but I'm not going to do that. But, we got everyone back this year except for Michelle, who moved away. But she recruited half of our team for the last, 8 years probably. So shout out, Michelle, if you're listening. Miss ya. But, I picked up Lila from the Soda Jerks to replace her, and all our girls are awesome. We were up, I think, by 10 going into the 9th, and
didn't give up a run until the 5th.
But then the Rejects scored 5 in the 9th to bring it within 5, which, we were sweating it. And they got some guys that can kick the ball. So shout out Recess Rejects. You guys were fun, man. I think the guy's name was Ralph on their team. He was having kind of a rough game defensively, but then in that 9th, he sparked that little comeback they had, and he had a bomb. He split our outfielders, and
Heck yeah.
so they were fun. That was a good game.
Good.
Awesome.
Heck yeah.
YSC 5 at 7 p.m. Youngling turned the Rockets into the Endeavor 18-2. It's been long enough. The moratorium's over.
Enough.
When's the last time that Yingling scored 18 runs? It's been a minute.
You're the scorekeeper over there, Coog.
Not last year.
It's been a while.
Not last year. They hardly barely registered double digits, even with all the wins.
And then 9 runs in game 1 for their Electric Boogaloo game of the week, correct?
10 runs, 10-8.
So 10 runs.
I got a summary from
so they
David
haven't
Shipley.
scored double digits in 1 week. Your math is bad, Cougar.
Stop it.
I'm the one Asian's terrible at math.
He'll remember every Kansas tree care freaking record you need.
That's not
Sean,
true.
you
That's
stop
not
it.
true.
His memory is amazing. If it's Kansas tree care.
Oh, stop. So I got a summary from David Shipley. You want to read that? Offense was clicking, obviously. We cleaned up the drops and base running gaps that plagued our first game. Hayden had a spectacular over-the-shoulder catch in left field. Shane had a similar catch at shortstop. Rockets have a few really good kickers. Leadoff player almost had inside the park home run to begin the game, but got thrown out at home. Unquote. So that was from their captain Shipley.
And you got to give it to him. If you do look at this spreadsheet here, like Courtney has pulled up, every single person on that Yingling team came up and showed themselves. Every single one had to come around. It looks like they moved bases, moved people, and that's just a damn good attribute, that every single person can come up there and do some damage. So you got to give it to them. Way to go, Yingling.
Yeah, and like last year, they scored, double digits only twice. In already first 2 weeks, they've already done it twice. So, even though they lost a lot of players like England did, like Rael going to Young Spine, at least an improvement.
Yeah.
Grants Rockets, but something, yay. So,
Indeed. YSC 6 at 5 p.m. The Corksuckers wax the Bald Beavers 20-4.
Not the Beavers.
Notes on this
poor
game.
Beavers.
Nice play for a double play in the 7th by the pitcher from the Beavers. Tony's kick bounced over the fence for a triple. A nice catch by Ben to end the game.
yeah. I got a summary from our commish, Clint Curtis. He said, quote, "We pretty much stopped bunting in the 4th inning. I think we had 2 or 3 home runs. They had a few brand new people on their team still figuring things out. They had some great kicks, just trouble stringing them all together."
So you're telling me when the game was in hand, they stopped bunting?
That's what commish says.
Just that's what he
That's
said.
what commish said. That's what commish said. And here's what my former teammate, the captain for Ball Beaver, Andrea Chavez, says. Quote, "This is our first game with a full roster, as the first game we played with 8. We have 5 new players learning the ropes, figuring out how to play as a team. So it's been a little rocky at the start, but I'm glad I see a lot of great potential in this in the near future. We had some good catches and a great double play with Sam pitching and Haber at first. Does not suck, CJ. Corksuckers played great. We're a fun team to play. The team remains optimistic, and we're looking forward to our next game, focused on improving our defensive strategies and teamwork." Unquote. They lost a lot of players because Tony went over Lamelli. He went over to Red Legs.
Oh,
So, yeah. So they have 5 new players. So hopefully they'll get figured out. And of course, I have a soft spot because that's my former team, aka the good Cougars. I know,
not the naughty ones.
not the naughty Cougars. Yeah, the ones that got killed by Courtney here. So yeah.
Oh, Cougar.
YSC 6 at 7 p.m. Sacred Sword speed their way past our bar. 18-3.
And where's our bar?
There it is.
Right here at 610 Florida Street. Come on down for the best wings in Lawrence, fucking Kansas.
That is no joke.
The whole fucking wing, man.
Some notes on this game. Devin with a 3-run homer in the first inning and a solo home run in the 4th. Oh, there's a note here. Sacred Sword bunting while up 14 in the 8th inning.
We should have known when we saw the backflip at the game of the week last year, right?
Well, a leopard can't change its stripes, and they've been doing this for 20 years. And some of these kids weren't even born when sacred bunt was a thing. It hasn't changed.
I believe we have like some Sacred Sword players representing the bag. Anyone you got, gentlemen, want to come up and talk about your game? Anybody?
We'll make it up here
I
quickly.
see you guys. Come on up.
Here we go.
All right. First of all, state your name and team, please.
I'm Devin from Sacred Swords.
Yeah, hope this guy kicked the shit out of the
Double
ball.
Dong Devin is what he's going by now. Triple D.
I should have went for 3, but I
But
decided
he
not to
bunted
run.
instead.
No, I didn't.
No, he didn't. Well, I mean, maybe.
We didn't bunt that much. We were kicking most of the game. We got a game of the week next week, so we gotta be able to put some points on the board and actually manufacture some runs. So, just
Fair enough.
trying that
Just
out.
working on some strategery for game.
I mean, we're a new team. We're really young. We got a lot of new players.
So is part of working on strategy having your outfield all lay down at the same time to kind of show up maybe your opponent in this game? Because I saw that happen because I ref this game. So it's like the end of the game, and someone from our bar comes up to kick, and all their outfielders lay down. The Bickle special. We used to call it. They pulled a Bickle, but it was the whole. It wasn't just one guy. It was the whole outfield. So I'm not going to say I don't think that's right or wrong. I mean, I'm just putting it out there.
Listen, I'm not going to say it's right or wrong either. We got our game of the week next week, huh? I just said I don't think it's right or wrong. We got our game of the week next week. But we're just trying to stir up some stuff, We love to get booed, all right? So if you guys want to boo us, game of the week next week, go ahead. Sure. Okay.
To the hot seat. So the question is,
Sure.
you agree with laying down and also bunting that far into the game? Yes or no?
Yes.
Why?
Because why not? We're having fun.
Okay, why not? But if a game is on the line, we're trying to be good competitors. Where do we draw the line between asshole and good competitor?
That's up to whoever's opinion.
Jesus? We don't have Jesus at Kickball. Who makes the rule? Do you yourself?
It's not a rule. It's not a rule.
Yeah, so is it up to you guys? Do you feel any personal?
We get to play the game how we want to play the game.
Is it just foot on pedal all times? That's all I'm wanting to know. Is it?
That's how we like to play.
That's how you like to play.
That's how we like to play.
Foot on the pedal, no fucking brakes, and foot on throat.
They
That's
do,
right.
and
That's how we like to have fun.
I can tell by your score. I'm just triple checking, boo. Okay,
I got you.
You put yourself in the hot seat.
You guys are scary too.
I'm just
These
asking.
guys-
Hit him, Adam. Hit him.
These guys can run the league for the next 10 years if they want to. In my opinion, they look good.
Yes.
But Maybe they're trying to heal it up. With a
From
heel,
somebody
like
who has to
wrestling
play
term.
them in the future, I need to know this mindset. I want to know. I want to know. If my taint is on the line, I need to know if it's going to get pushed or if you're going to let off.
You got a lot
you
of
know?
competitive people.
Thank you.
Get it to your
Yes.
picture.
So when you play me, it's going to be foot on throat.
Yeah,
all
let's do
time.
it. That's what we want.
Yes,
That's what
sir.
we want.
Thanks for telling
There
me.
we
I'll
go.
be prepared for assholes to lay down in the outfield. Thank you.
It has been laid out. Sacred Butt is the heel of 2024. There's. Yeah, talk about just that. It's my year to shine, and I'm flying under the radar. I love this.
Thank you. Hey, Aaron.
Laying down in the outfield may be frowned upon, but it's been happening for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
It's been happening since we played 2 games at the same time in South Park. Bryant Bickle patented that move, laying down in the outfield.
Yeah, one guy.
People on Rick Rollers do
There's a
it.
rule
So
named after him.
there's no rule about it. You're allowed to do whatever you want. But
I didn't say there was a rule about
I don't
it.
think people should be frowning on laying it down in the outfield because we've been doing it for so long.
There's no frown. I didn't say there was a frown. I said I had questions. Other people stop frowning. Aaron says stop frowning and ask questions. Okay, but no, it's not rude. It is not rude. But I just want to know the mindset behind it, and we found it out. Hello, sir.
Hey, I have no thoughts on the game. We got our ass completely kicked. That's fine. I do want to say thank you to everybody for coming to our bar tonight.
Hi,
So
Brian.
I appreciate that.
By the way,
our bar is going to
Hi,
have
Brian. Hi, Brian.
Hello, guys. Our bar is going to have an interesting season this year. As everybody knows, our emotional leader and the rock that is the R Bar team, Clay and his lovely wife Sarah, have welcomed a new baby into this world. So, Team R Bar is going to be a little bit of an influx as the season goes along. But since Clay can't be here, it is upon me to keep a tradition alive. R Bar! It's fucking you! That was for Clay. Love you, brother.
By the way, Brian, the food's delicious tonight. Thank you, Brian.
Why? Okay. In another major shift for at least one or maybe 1 week only, depending on how well this team continues to perform. YSC 7 at 5 p.m. in a vastly renamed Loving Hugs Team Building Win of the Week. Young Spine cracks Jazz House 37-1.
37-1.
Change. Why do we got to
Because that's not what we do around Young Spine. That's not how we do it. It is positivity. And we have a recap.
Oh, hi, Tyler.
I told you I see.
I just want to say, if you look at the stat sheet, everybody scored on their team.
Tell us about it.
Hi, Tyler.
I would just like to say that everybody but Owen scored. That's very important.
Everybody but who?
Owen?
So he's going to score first next week.
Yes, he's got to. If he doesn't, off the team. That's how it works.
No fucking pressure.
Pressure, Owen.
He's going to be listening to this at work tomorrow. I just going to watch his
Owen, if you're listening, SOS. Like, blink twice if you need help, big dog. Like, we got you.
He does.
Shit.
No,
tell
it
us more.
was legitimately the first inning just kind of sealed it for us. We put down the 3 bunts, and I just kicked a line drive to second. Didn't really make any progress there. And then Julie dropped a bunt for a home run. And at that point, the momentum just carried us. We stopped bunting at that point. We started kicking away. Unfortunately, they just weren't making those plays.
Lay down in the outfield. I know.
Yeah. So at that point, unfortunately, it just momentum carried us to a really nice win. Jazz House, though, don't sleep on them. They do have a lot of athletic talent. They just need the time to actually mesh as a team. As soon as they get that, they'll be able to put up a win.
Here, Tyler, if I may, about Jazz House. Here's the thing about Jazz House. They've always had athletes pretty much every year because like Rick somehow brings these kids from who knows where.
Kansas City, Kansas Community College, and Johnson County Community College, or wherever he can recruit around.
Basically, every community college in the state of Kansas. Great. Okay. But they've always had athletes, Tyler. The only problem is, like, can they ever get it together? A year or two, they can. Others, can't. It's always been there. Yeah, but because they always the athletes, when I put it together, it's been a struggle doing that.
The
score
score sheet basically looks like an elf where you go to the elevator and you hit all the little buttons on the thing and then they all light up. That's basically what it looks like.
Yeah, they told me to stop hitting those buttons. Couldn't.
It looks like potholes on 6th Street.
Oh, no, not 6th Street. Leave them be.
No, I think this year will be one where they can mesh, and they will be able to come out with a win, at least, for sure. They have some good athletic talent, and they have some people that know the game. They just need to be more vocal and more decisive in what they're calling.
Put it together. Okay.
Yeah, but that's always going to be for Jazz.
Well, and it's not even that it's but. I can't say impressive because of the score. Like I said, I needed to see how they played on Thursday before I'd say anything about a shutout. I saw how they played against Yangling, and 10-8, a very competitive game. But I also think I saw a comment that Rick said that from that game Thursday to Sunday, they had 8 different positional starters. For the second game, second week, one week.
He said it was already a planned flow trip between a bunch of them, Memorial Day weekend. So that's what Rick said.
I mean, here's the real conundrum: are they going to have
don't get kids on summer break in between college?
When you get your team back, are they going to?
How about not get kids that are in summer break and their big thing is I have 3 months to live it up, and I'm sorry, not every Sunday can be committed to kickball. Like, find somebody who's got a little more open schedule than those 3 months. Big dog, you'll have better luck.
Any kids didn't even rent a car? I didn't even know that. They could.
No, Cougar, they're not 25.
It's usually like an e-bike or a bird or one of those scooters or something.
A Lime? Yeah, there you go. That's pretty good.
They try to get away with driving drunk that way.
YSC 7 at 7 p.m.
Ooh,
John Denver Experience shift. Roll over the Harpies 14-7. Notes.
Shift.
Nick Sweet diving catching right in foul territory in the top of the 8th. Jeff just misses a home run to left field in the 2nd. And John Denver Experience Poff grounded, ripped to left in 3rd.
I know
you got some notes?
I got notes. I got it. Let's go with the first summary from Summer Stacy. Summer Stacy. Quote, JDE has some amazing kickers on their team that they were just placing the shit out of the ball. We have still some adjusting to do. We're working to see where everyone fits this year. We're able to get a lot of runners on base, just cannot get many of the score until we finally turned it in the last inning, but then it was too late. Our new pickup, Ellen from Jazz House, did a great job. Ellen did a great job at catch and was really excited to move to this position. Unfortunately, he's out for the foreseeable future because Kenny K broke him after the game of the week. So, yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
After game of the week injury?
Horse plays full on the shoulder, yes. Yeah. Get well soon, Elliot. From Avery, quote, it was a good watch. We hit the fence 5 or so times. We're blasting it up and down the lineup. They had some really decent chances, but generally with 2 outs, we were able to escape. We got a 3-run triple at the top of the 6th, I think. We kept scoring. We got 4 in the 9th. Make it feel even closer. Oh, they got 4 in the 9th to make it feel closer than it was. Jeff had an incredible slide to get a triple. Nick had a great catch and foul turn to end the 8th. Our outfield caught almost everything all day, quote unquote. No, it's my summaries.
I know that was noteworthy.
No, okay, yeah, but no, there's gotta be summaries there. But people talk about JDE because people know what to make of it. They're like, what type of team they are. It's like people forget JDE's a really, really good team.
Yeah,
they forget about that because they think that they're just there, But now ask Courtney like about how JDE is like they're a really, really good team. So, look out for them. So
absolutely look forward to playing them next week.
Yeah. So I ref this game, and also, if anyone knows me, your brevity or not, like there were 4 times I believe in this game where I was reffing first, and either or both captains questioned a call immediately. Stop the game, pulled all four referees in, talk about it. If you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If not, talk about
thank goodness Marcus cut that film of you guys talking, but no, we saw it. The bring together of the minds is so much better than an asshole just at home who's overriding everybody else's calls.
As expected in this caliber level, however you want to look at it, type of game, there were a lot of close plays. There were a lot of close calls. Thankfully, nothing affected the game because of whatever reasoning. But What people fail to remember is the John Denver that I saw for the first 7 innings that did not allow a base runner to third until the Harpies scored in the 6th. I think it was the 6th inning.
Yeah, it was late.
It at that point it was like 11-12 to nothing.
Yeah.
And the Harpies did put together 4 runs in the 9th inning.
Yeah, they clustered them very
So
close together.
they almost have the score, but that game, for good or for better or for worse, was never as close as it looked.
Yeah.
Not even as it should have been, as it looked on paper.
Well, that's what
John Denver is a very, very good team, and just like always, they're going to be making it a run for the cup.
It's going to take some time. 'Cause remember, Harpies lost several good
several key players.
So, like Josh and Becca went over to Post House. Will went over to Tacos before he tore his ACL. Kent Wilson. They lost other key players. So it'll take some time for Harpies to get there, even though they have 20 players.
No, you got to remember who those kids are. Those are Stacy's kids. Okay, that is Max. That is Grant. That is them running that team. So if anybody's going to come back with a vengeance, it's going to be Stacy's kids. Okay.
Well, hopefully Elliot's healthy eventually.
No, I believe it. They're young.
Yeah, so
we'll bounce back.
Yeah.
YSC 8 at 5 p.m.
Uh-oh.
I told you got a timer.
CBK, Slime the Ghost.
You got a timer, son.
18 to 13. I saw some ghosts here. I want them to come up and talk.
Well, I guess
fun game.
As somebody on the board, I do have a question first. I got to ask, why is Bryson saying y'all are going to run roll this game when it is this close?
It's no run roll.
Okay, yeah, I just want to know. That was another one of those
many things that didn't happen.
Well,
I also remember someone who I love very dearly saying that they were going to beat us.
Yeah, but I also heard Bryson.
Runs.
I also heard Bryson on the podcast advertising that
the talk goes both ways, bitch.
It does. That's what makes this so fun.
All I'm wondering is why again is there another man up here advertising that they're going to do something that they could not do? Like honestly, no offense, Sean, if you guys didn't have Marcus to kick that 3-run home run and bust it wide open, they were with you. I watched the film. Every game, step for step. You guys are missing some valuable people. 100%. But also,
Marcus.
You got to give it to Marcus Reynolds, man. For that man to just I'm going to play one inning, I'm going to kick one time, and I'm going to put us back in the game. I love him. Thank you, GoPro Marcus. But also,
for one,
he
love
didn't
the
play
big
for
pussy
one
energy
inning.
tonight. Thank you very much.
Energy
bitch.
only, Marcus.
Marcus played the whole game.
You're
Marcus
facts.
played the whole game.
Marcus
Here's
played
the
the
thing.
whole game.
I played with Marcus for a long time. I play on Friday nights. I have never seen anyone other than maybe
Simon.
CJ Kai from years
CJ
ago
and Simon are the-
boot a ball
Simon
as
back in the
far
day.
as he booted this ball. We took 5 minutes to find the ball in the cornfield outside of left field of YSC 8,
Yes,
literally.
Marcus.
It took 3 of our ghosts to go out looking for it, and me and Charlie directing them to where it actually was.
It was a solid 250 in the air. There was
Easily a 250. I've literally never seen a boot like that
turf
before.
shoes.
Shout out to your other pickup in Trip, because I came in to throw you off pitching for one inning, and I threw him a meatball that was perfect, and even he said I should have kicked that one.
Said nope.
My next pitch was a heater that he caught perfectly, and Junior and I literally are watching it just turn in the air and just pass him, and then in the park home run for a 3-run home run. We were missing Kelsey, and I hate to be, and I always am the one to say it's not one person that makes a team, but honestly, one person can definitely change. It changed our entire lineup. We struggled for it for a couple days. My other ghost over here and I talked about it for about 4 days before we even got to Sunday, and it definitely threw us off. Shout out to Skyport. You guys played a really amazing game. I would like to have a soapbox moment for a little bit as a board member, and I actually am going home after this, so have fun, everybody, after this. I do want to say that I think that watching our game is a really good example of a very competitive, very maybe not so well-refed game.
Quite possibly.
Maybe. But also a well-refed game in the fact that we all talked about stuff, things were bitched about, complained about, we all moved on. It was a very, 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 very I would say, perfect example of what a KVKL game should be from top to bottom. On that note, as a board member, I have a few things that I just want to bring up to everybody in this league. Shout out to Marcus, as we all have been saying for a long-ass fucking time, and what he's been doing for us. I was on my way here from our Ghosts Young Spine Rick Rollers practice and listening and literally tuned in as Sean was talking about the videos that he makes. I don't know if a lot of people know, but I've worked in sports television production for 20 years of my life. I've been a board member for 7 years. I've been in this league for 11 years. I've been around this league for 13 years. We don't have instant replay in our league. Use those videos to make yourself a better ref, to make your team better, to watch your video and make yourself a better kicker. But don't use those videos to berate people and tell them that they're bad at their job, because it's not a job. We are all volunteers here. We are all doing this for charity. And this year is for Special Olympics. Shout out to our charity this year. And shout out to the fact that we already are above our line of money to give money to our charity this year because of the things that we've already raised.
Already? Wow.
100% already raised this year compared to other years in the previous seasons. Moving on, other things. I want to bring up reffing in a general sense of the fact, again, that we're all volunteers here, and I think that people, and I read the whole entire comments of, I think it was Post House and Brandon's situation. I say that about watching videos because Brandon was very upset watching the video and knowing that he made a bad call, possibly. Again, we are all here as volunteers. We're all here playing an adult kickball game. We're not professionals. We're not getting paid for this. We're all here to have fun. So everybody just calm down, go out, enjoy yourself, and have fun in the game. All right?
He shouldn't feel bad about that.
He does, and that's the problem. That's why I bring it up.
Feel bad about that, man. People mess up.
Moving on to my last and, I believe, final talk of what I have to say. I've, again, been in this league for 11 years. I've been one of those people who have been laid down in the grass and been berated when I come up to kick a ball because they think that I can't kick it. We are respectful, period, in this league from top to bottom. And I don't give a shit if you think you're better than anybody else, but do never, ever lay out in the field and make players feel like they're berated and not good at this game. I was really upset to hear about that entire situation. I'm looking at the three of you right now because you're here representing your team, and we all know what the situation was because we already talked about it. I was already brought up by somebody else. As a board member, I wanted you all to forfeit this game. I'm going to straight up say that to you. That was my vote, that your game should be forfeited for the way that you all had your game day. There were multiple things that you as a team fucked up on, and I'll call out Josh Hunt on that too. This is a league that's been around for 23 years, and I've been in this league for 11 years, and I've never, in the 9 years I've actually played and been competitive this league, seen that happen to anybody. Please be more respectful, because that was fucked up.
Mic drop.
On a different note there, Ballin from Redline wanted to talk to me about the defensive shifts by your team there, Sean. They said Sean went from shortstop to catcher, Marcus to shortstop or right field, and Bryson to outfield. And he called that not a shit about rotation.
So here's the deal. I'm not going to go on long about our game. I was looking forward to this game out of all of them on the schedule, as I do every single year.
Whoa.
A rebuttal?
The sword guys want to come up and talk now that Katie's gone. No, say it to her. She left.
Yeah, who? What
were we talking about? Yeah, we're passing on.
Rebut what Katie said.
Oh.
I said the only thing I want to talk about on video about this game is I think not enough can be said for people like Colton, who is played catcher for the Ghost. And if you go back and you watch these videos, whether it's Colton, Marcus, they subbed out, I think, once or twice through the game, depending on the lineup. But all the catchers involved in this game stayed steady, don't move, played the baselines as they're supposed to be played. I can't say enough about Colton. great catcher. And if you're going to watch on how to know the rules and how to play in that position, he's one of the guys that you should probably watch the rest
And
of the
also,
year.
you can go see him at O'Reilly's Auto Parts in North Lawrence. If you need any help with your auto parts needs, that is Colton.
This game started out, we went in with a very specific plan, not necessarily offensively, but what we were going to do as a team. And throughout the rotations, as Cougar mentioned, and playing to the other team specifics, we knew that they were going to score runs. That's not our problem. It was how many runs were we going to hopefully allow them to score.
Yeah.
And we were able to slow them down. They came down. We were down 6-1, and in more rotational defensive positioning, Bryson put together a very good lineup specifically for the Ghosts.
Yeah.
So people need to give him all the credit in the world with what he's doing with this team, and not knowing that our pitcher for the entire game was a lady who has never played.
Yeah.
And our center fielder and left fielder swapping were someone who've never played a kickball games in their lives.
No, that's one thing I will always
credit
give.
to not only finding that talent, but
Yeah.
being able to work them into our lineup and doing what we did against a team like the Ghosts.
Yeah.
Bryson needs to get his flowers too.
No hate on Bryson at all. I love the stickler all the way from the evolution up from the football gloves. I have loved Bryson the whole way through, and he knows it, Mr. Pirate Podcast. So
The
he's got
original heel.
The original,
The OG.
I've got the gloves, watch the fuck out. No, I've always loved him, but my thing is, especially being in the league more and more that I go on, never downplay any goddamn team in this league. That is my one thing from Sunday to Sunday. I don't care if it's Empire. I don't care if it's the number 33 out of 33 ranked team. God damn it. Every Sunday, you got to go out and expect the unexpected. And don't say you're going to run over a team. You have no idea if you're going to run over a goddamn team, because that's going to be the Sunday. You're going to lose your starters.
Yeah.
They're going to come out. They're going to find their D1 pickup. Like, never, don't you dare. I don't care on age, on experience. Don't downplay a team. All you do is prepare for a team. That's all you can do.
Yeah, nothing but love for the Ghosts. Great game all around. Corbin, Junior, everyone on that team, Katie, they all played extremely well, and it was a really fun game. There were heated moments, there were yelly moments, but no more than the camaraderie of the people that were reffing, also knowing the ins and outs of the people that were playing. So it just felt like an old school, almost like a game of the week to me.
And obviously you're wearing Ghost shirt and you have your tattoo of Ghost, so you love Ghosts.
I love Ghosts. They are my people. So all the credit in the world.
Love it.
20 plus runs.
Yep.
Get it.
20
Never
plus runs.
forget.
Oh, geez.
Yes.
YSC 8 at 7 p.m. Red Lion dismissed the late fees 10-4. Not surprising to me. The score. Red Lion typically playing to the level of their opponents, but also playing a 7 p.m. game. So let's hear the excuse.
All right. Well, I got a summary from our Cougar After Dark podcast member Ben Hutnick. He said most fun loses. It just seems like everyone on both teams had a good time. Great refereeing outside, maybe one no call on a runner interference, which I assume is karmic retribution for my no call in the preceding game. They kept it close for a while, but we broke it open the third time through the order and held.
He was talking about a missed runner's interference to first.
Okay. So that's all Ben said.
I will give it to the Red Lion from somebody who has lost to Red Lion more than they have won to Red Lion, and that was from a drunken I am down people game that we won against Red Lion. I will give it to them. They are my favorite KU basketball team. Through and through. They are, I'm going to play on your level, and then I will slowly roll over you, but I will meet you where you're at the beginning. And that's the trickiest goddamn part about Red Lion, is that you think you are right with them, and then they're going to open that can and whoop your ass. So never downplay my favorite drunks in the town.
And the originators of Hatball, which is a very tricky game.
And also professionals at shotgun. Yeah.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Oh no, that's it for YSC. Over to Hobbs Park. Oh man, 7 p.m. The Rick Rollers sink the Scoonies 20-2.
Get your butt up here.
I think this was enough already.
Here.
Rule.
Malloy.
Is that
here he
enough
is.
already?
Malloy.
He's blocking out the haters with his sunglasses right now. Hold on.
Okay, yes. Okay.
Tell me, Malloy. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so that game was pretty fun. I do want to make a note. So they were mad at us that we were bunting. Like their first baseman said, you guys have athletes, you shouldn't be bunting. The reason why we were bunting so much because when we played you guys, we stopped scoring because we got away from bunting.
Yep.
So we wanted to emphasize that on this week. So he was like, stop bunting, play regular kickball. I'm like, bunt is part of kickball. Like it's all about strategy. So just wanted to make that known. We weren't trying to be a-holes, but we were just trying to work something.
How far up were you guys when they said to stop kicking?
It was like the first inning, yeah.
First inning?
So we scored like...
You're asking a team to stop bunting in the first inning? You can... I'm sorry, you must be farting and shitting because you an asshole. That is not right.
2-0 until the third.
Well, still, I mean, you have the right to bunt.
We had a guy with 4 on base or 3 on base and decided to bunt. I don't know what he was doing. I think he was given the wrong information to do it on that play. But they were like they said, "Oh, you guys are so athletic. You look so athletic. You should not bunt in the first inning because you guys are just going to beat us anyways." But we're going to work on our bunt. I told my team, "Yo, let's work on our bunt this week. Let's get out to a good head start and finish out the game."
For the scam. Yeah,
but I do have to know. I do have to ask. After
it's like hot local.
Hold on, Sean.
Oh, Cougars clicking all of them.
But after the third, when every single person on your team scored, was it then that you guys stopped bunting, or when? When was
Correct.
it?
Correct, yeah. So then we want to work on placement kicking. We wanted the
There's
lead to
nothing
be
wrong with that.
greater so we can start placement.
That's why I'm see, Sean. That's why I'm asking. I want to know: was it before you let everybody get a chance to get on base, or was it after everybody got on base? They got it. They got to score. They got their try, and now we're going to work on kicking. That's why we're looking at the score sheet here. Courtney and I we're just trying to figure out what's happening, boo.
I think they were just frustrated they couldn't stop the bunt. Like I don't think their catcher was efficient.
Where were you going? First line, third base line, right at catcher. Where was your bunts at? What was happening?
Bunt down first, bunt to the pitcher, bunt
to everywhere.
Bunt in the front of the catcher.
So you're telling them for next week, you got it. Y'all better learn to defend a bunt, basically.
We want to stick to the fundamentals. Like I said, when we played you guys, we stopped scoring because we stopped bunting. We don't want to face that anymore. So.
Yep. Yeah. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I can get behind that. You give him one strike.
Thank you, Malloy.
Keep it going. There was some, other stuff in the game.
I gotta know. I gotta ask the questions because if the podcast is for one thing, I gotta know what happened in next week with the next team. I gotta know what's your game plan.
Indeed.
Yours.
Oh no. Sean. Okay, we're gonna move on. Hobbs Park, game of the week. Kansas Taco Zone picks apart the Honey Badgers 20-6.
God.
So here's the deal. Before we jump into this, once again, only thing I'll point out, since we're still early in the season and people are still listening, maybe Karen, write notes about these stuff on the score sheet.
Whoever wrote Game of the Week, you get an IFU. Why? Because it's Game of the Week, and you have no notes.
No, there was
suck my cock.
No,
you got to do better.
Catch in the first inning.
Oh, cool. First inning. There was 9 of them, bro. Keep writing, okay? It's carpal tunnel. If you have any problems, reach out. But if not, keep writing, okay? It's Game of the Week. We got to know what's going on.
It was probably a Scoonie who was upset about the bunt still.
Aw, keep writing. Womp, 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 womp. Keep going.
So, we were there. I watched this game. The Badgers were in it there, and it just seemed like
I love you.
Typical Taco Zone. When it was time to put the foot on the pedal, they put the foot on the pedal.
You didn't even talk about who threw out the first pitch.
Well, yeah. Let's start from the. Let's talk about Lynette.
Let's start there.
Shall we? That was cool, huh?
Who was
that
it?
Was beyond cool.
Lynette Woodard.
And what did she do?
She was the all-time women's NCAA scoring leader.
Still is. I don't care what anyone says.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know the numbers. But
did she go trotting off anywhere? What did she do next?
She threw out the first pitch.
after being on the Harlem. Are we going to talk about the Globetrotter?
I mean, do I got to read a Wikipedia page?
I was hoping we got to advertise, guys. I don't know how long it's been since we've had a somewhat
true
professional celebrity throw out the first pitch. Come on, we got to talk about it. Be about it.
He was not an Olympic gold medalist.
No, this is way back.
He was not a Harlem Globetrotter. He was not an NCAA all-time leading scorer.
So, now you can hit
Yes, in lesser terms, if you will, a legend.
There we go. Legend.
Threw out the first pitch at Game of the Week. To a raucous ovation. Like it was loud.
It was a heater.
Thank you, Nick Devin.
Popped
Thank
the
you, Nick.
crowd big time. Nice little left-handed or left-footed kick there from Nick. Put it right out in center. And what better of a backdrop than the lightning, the soundless lightning of the Kansas sky?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no. There's no boom, so we can't do the rule.
No Yega pants, no flash boom.
Taco Zone picked up and put their foot on the gas when they needed to. And it just seemed like the Badgers made a few more errors than they typically do. Maybe the whole narrative of a harder schedule starting maybe wore into that. Maybe the narrative of this is Kansas Taco Zone's field. This is Hobbs Park. Maybe that narrative
I
played
don't
into
know.
it a bit.
The vibes, I mean, I hate to say it. I walked up after the first pitch. Damn me. Boo! I
also missed it.
But also walking up and seeing it at like 6'9", 6'10", I believe, or maybe even 6'12" when I first walked up, and then you just see it happen. 6'12", 6'15", 6'18", and you're just like, shit. Like, they were right with them. Inning for inning, and then they just kind of let it slip, and I'm like, Kenny, you got to keep it going. I feel like we just kind of, the Honey Badgers kicked themselves. Stop kicking yourselves.
I thought it was a great game, though. Like, it was very fun to watch. There was great things to take away from if you're a team trying to get better. Like, I don't think you could have asked for a better game besides maybe them, like, continuing as good as they were doing in the beginning. But honestly, it was very enjoyable to watch.
Yep.
Indeed. It was... The only thing I will point out about that game, and I will remind everybody for the remainder of the regular season, playoffs, postseason, Cup Championship Sunday, do not throw liquor into the stands.
Yep.
Walk it up.
I think we all saw it tonight. If you want Katie Keating in your face, then throw liquor. If you want Katie Keating out of your face, don't throw liquor at Game of the Week.
Be me. You cannot just don't throw it.
No.
Walk it up. You want to make 1,600 Yellow shots?
Is it bad?
No,
The most respectable handout we had was from Bickle.
Walk them
I
all.
don't remember Bickle's handout. That was the most respectable one.
If you are going to somehow accidentally throw something at Hobbs, make sure it's not glass.
Make it a ball.
Not
Make it a
glass.
ball.
Make it a ball. That's it.
Sean, for the people that don't know the reasoning of why not throwing, why would you like them not to throw?
Well, because the glass then shatters all over the stands at Hobbs
But if
Park.
we have plastic
That's not the reason
shooters, why would we
why.
still not throw it to the crowd,
You
Sean?
wouldn't want to throw it to the crowd because there
Because
are
we have
minors
minors on the
present.
field.
Oh shit! There it is, guys. There are
We
babies.
are not
There are
distributing
babies. There are
liquor
babies at these Game of the Weeks,
or drugs
all surrounded by our
or
like
anything.
420 smoke and our liquor intoxication. So no more, guys.
Women and for babies.
Please
like,
hand it out.
Be
a
smart.
pickle. Be a
smart.
pickle.
And
Hand it.
also, here's Aaron Adams with some question.
Be a pickle with your.
I have a seventh inning stretch question.
Oh, no.
Aw, Cougar!
I knew it was coming. I knew it was
Who
coming.
was in charge of the scoreboard, and what led you to believe the seventh inning stretch
I don't
happened
know.
when it happened?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know why I did that, Aaron. I really don't. I'm surprised it didn't happen more often, me doing the wrong half inning. I don't know what happened to me. I don't know. I'm surprised it didn't happen more often. I don't know. Sorry about that.
Cougar was feeling
Sorry about
22, and he could not remember.
I am old.
At this point
I
on
don't know.
Sunday, Cougar has,
I don't know.
well, I'd say he has one job, which is the 7th inning stretch, but he has two,
like the
and
7th
that's
inning.
absolutely hanging his.
I know, Aaron. I don't know why.
I didn't even notice.
It's embarrassing.
Come on, man! You had one
embarrassing.
more job to do after
I know.
you blew it again for your team.
It felt like
I
the
did.
7th inning to Cougar. Okay, for Cougar's internal bedtime clock, it was
No,
the
no
7th
excuse,
inning.
no
So
excuse.
other people are blaming John Denver for doing the scoreboard wrong.
Okay, that is not fair.
John Denver's
They
fault.
did get the.
I also know,
Incorrect.
as somebody who has done it, there are walkie-talkies involved. There are walkie-talkies.
To be fair, do you know why they got messed up?
Why?
Because this jackwagon sang in the top of the 7th,
Yep.
and as soon as it was the middle of it, they hicked it over to the fucking 8th inning. It is all Cougar's fault.
It is 100% Cougar's fault, yes.
We're going to
just make
repo
that-
his Mercedes.
Yeah.
Just for the fuck up.
He's going to get another one.
Repo my Mercedes? Damn, that's harsh. Somebody
All
need to
right.
ride back home to Overland Park? Anybody going to Overland Park?
No.
Anyone?
You can
No?
get an
Okay.
Uber.
Fine. No, she did not pay for that. No, she did not. No, she did not, Aaron. No, she didn't. She's a doctor. She's not that generous.
Oh, doctor did buy your Mercedes.
Dr. Walmart says did not buy.
Or was it
Mercedes.
Kansas Street Care?
No, Kansas Street did not do as well. Or Sure Factory.
It was Taco Zone.
Oh, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Stop.
Cougar's
right.
getting defensive. Let's go to the next.
We're going to move this into next week. Week 3.
Oh, wait. Let me do the standings.
Oh, yes.
Standings for the pick'em. Ben, Sean, myself went 3-0. Both guests went 1-2. The standing goes. Sean is leading at 6-0. Ben is 5-1. I'm 4-2, and both guests are 3-3. But guest one has a one extra bonus point for guessing the winning margin.
No
for
one
week
got
one.
our spread last week, right?
No one got a spread right
No
being
one got
5.
a
Nope.
spread.
No one got it right.
Okay.
Nope.
Fair.
Shouldn't be
Fair
winning.
game.
I'm not winning. Sean's winning.
Okay, as long as we keep beating Cougar.
No, look, Sean's 6-0.
YSC 1 at 5 p.m. Located right here at 610 Florida Street, home of the best wings in Lawrence, fucking Kansas.
The whole fucking wing.
Plays the Woost. That's going to be a banger.
God damn it.
Yeah.
The way they're starting off, like I'm leaning Woost hard.
I'm
into
going
this.
Woost.
No
Sorry,
offense
Brian.
to our amazing hosts here.
Is this a pickup?
Woost is stepping it up.
Yeah,
Go Woost.
not a pickup, but
Not a pickup, but I'm going Woost.
It's Woost, yeah. Sorry, Brian.
following them, YSC 1 at 7 p.m. The LFK Rays at the Corksucker.
This is a pick'em.
This is a pick.
Emberly, you are last.
Emberly.
You are last, Emberly.
Yeah, that's fucked. Well, that's not really fair.
You're last. You're last. No, you're last.
I'll last. Fuck it.
Fine.
Gives me some
Who wants to
time.
go first? Courtney?
I'll go first. I will stick with you, Emberly, and pick your team. Hopefully it's a good team to beat and that it'll be a competitive game and y'all will just come out at the end and boom, gotcha.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Courtney. Thank you.
I'm going to go Corksuckers here, no offense.
What a cork sucker. What a sucker.
No real reason. Corksuckers by 2.
Aw.
No, that's not spread. It's not spread.
Oh, it's yeah.
I'm not on the guest list, so I can.
No, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Liar. Okay, Sean.
Sean.
Cougar, what are you going to pick? I'm not going next. I want to hear what you go.
I'm going LFK Rays. Yeah, you go. LFK. Yep. I am. Yep.
No
yep.
pressure. No pressure.
Yeah.
I will fuck you up.
Jesus.
Well, no, it's not even
strong words.
You better keep winning.
I'm
so don't
really
fuck
looking
up.
forward to this. I'm going to see. I hope this one gets recorded because it's what I want to watch.
Marcus.
That being said, I'm going to double down all day LFK.
Fuck yes. Okay, that's all I needed to hear. Well, see, since I'm not Jeff or Vel or any of the other men, I won't say that I'll win by points. I'm just kidding. I think we are going to win by 2 at the most. I love Clint. That is a team. I am not going to put anything past them. They have agility. They have action. And if he comes out in that singlet, I think Clint might get us. So I'm going to be honest. It's going to be a close one. Corksuckers, but us by 2.
Yeah. But no, it's not. It's not spread. It's not spread.
You said it was a spread.
No, it's not.
Cougar, let me live my fucking
Cougar,
life.
No.
they are our guys,
Wrong.
and they will do what they want.
I'm taking that Mercedes.
Yeah, good luck with that.
YSC 2 at 5 p.m. JDE shift at Love Garden.
Oh. Are we picking?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's not a
I
pickup.
will say though, like
But
this
we're
is
gonna-
going to be a great game. I think if you're wanting to watch a 5 o'clock game, this one will be very interesting and fun. And I hope that we'll just edge them out. But I honestly think that both of our teams are kind of in the same headspace of like we're always right there at the end. So beginning of the season for a great game, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I got Love Garden on this one.
Yeah, same. I think that I've kind of touched on that. John Denver is playing really great ball, and unlike other teams, I would say in the mid or lower tiers, when they play down, it's not. Oh no, we're going to give up 7 runs in an inning. It's when they're playing down, they give up 3 runs in an inning. I can't wait to watch this offense of both teams just go at each other. Love Garden, but it's going to be one of the games to watch out of the entire week.
It is, and the reason why, because I refed you guys games, Courtney, if you remember week 6 last year at the YC 7, it went back and forth. In fact, JDE had a lead in the middle of the game. But to Love Garden's credit, like you guys came back on JDE. So it was a fun game to watch and ref. So I think it might be similar as well. It'll be a fun one. So, yeah.
Yep. No, for somebody who's also repped both JDE and also Love Garden, I would say not just because, Love Tour right beside me here, Courtney, but I would say just because Love Garden just has that thing where you are not going to stay up on them. They have that itch where, if they are down, it's not more than an inning. That inning is their comeback inning. So I've got to give it to them. If anybody might come back out and with the fury, it's going to be Love Garden on top. So...
YSC 2 at 7 p.m. Red Lion at the Goose.
Ghosts trying to get their first win of the season.
They might be down bad.
I don't even want to vote.
Yeah. No, it's not picking.
Freddie was talking shit. What'd he say, Katie?
What was the scoop on Freddie? Corbin.
Freddie.
Come on up here.
Freddie, what
Come
is
on
your
up here.
age level and what are you bringing them down? Corbin, the next contestant on The Price is Right. Bring her down, baby.
Corbin.
Just restating the facts, but I've got Malloy.
Oh my!
He said I'm not dealing.
I don't know if me and Malloy are gonna race, but I still got me. No, I still got me.
How do you like this line or this matchup with Red Lion this week?
I think it's great for us. Like for us personally, yeah.
Yeah, the median age difference is massive.
The age doesn't really matter.
No, it does. In limberness.
No, age is just a number. Wait, no. I'm not repeating that.
Sean, age is just a number.
I'm not repeating that.
It's just like on the clock. Age is just a number for Sean.
Just a number. I feel great.
I mean, he did give us a clip, so. But yeah, I got us by like 7.
7?
Wow.
Yeah.
You got you by 7.
Yeah.
Why?
I want to see this.
Well, I feel like we are like averaged out pretty above them. Yeah, above them.
I will say though, like Red Lion has the experience.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what
have been here forever. They know how to come back. They know how to compete.
No, I'm not
I
saying
know
this, what I'm
several of
just
them on the team, and I think it's going to be a closer game than that. But you might edge them out.
Like from somebody who's played Red Lion, I just want to let you know now, they might look drunk. Okay, they're not drunk. I promise. Okay, they are drunk, but they can still play you. That's all I'm saying. I love them. But their pregame is rolling up to Red Lion for shots before the game, okay? So just know they're fueled up with liquor. That's liquor.
I'm picking Red Lion in this one because after Katie gets so mad when Ben Hutnick lays down in the field.
Oh, no, Ben Hutnick.
I'm challenging him.
Ben won't do that. No, he won't.
Go take
You know
a
what?
seat, Ben.
I don't want to pull a Sean, and I'm not going to pick Ghosts just because. But I will pick Ghosts because
You don't have to pick anyone. It's not a pick 'em.
I'm picking them still.
Yeah.
But I'm picking Ghost just because I like that fire. From somebody who just unfortunately just lost to them in the Twain. We both played 3 games to get to that Twain, both us and Ghost. And I will say that fire, oh my God, I don't know what it is, but them boys, them girls, they don't take that laying down and rolling. So if anything, it's gonna be a damn good game, but it ain't gonna be by 7, Corbin.
Don't just.
5 ain't better, Corbin.
Corbin. Corbin, here's the thing. You Ghost, just please don't any more trash talking. No. In general.
So you're saying it's not a marathon, it's a sprint?
No. 3 years ago, Katie, 3 years ago, you said you were 8-2, but backfired. Last year, you said you would beat Taco Zone. You would beat them. As a joke, yeah, right. BS.
No.
Cougar. BS. Can you start prefacing your jokes by saying, so this is a joke?
Cougar. No.
Yeah.
He said by 5, and this is not a
absolutely
joke.
gloss over the fact that Katie also called her shot, not only with their record, but the championship of which they had planned and then went and won last year? You going to gloss over that?
Yeah, I mean,
because you can't.
Wow.
That warrants enough.
Katie also said they beat you guys by 20 runs 2 weeks ago.
Hey, that's
also
that's
not
a
chemistry
rivalry.
care, so he can't
That's what it
remember.
is. It's a rivalry.
Sun's shining on a dog's ass.
He said, hold on. He said, it's
But
not Kansas Street
no.
Care, so I can't remember.
Yeah. Or Shirt Factory. No, I think this is going to be a really fun game to watch.
I think it'll be, yeah.
I think it's going to be a really fun game to play in. Good luck to whoever's reffing. I hope you know your rules because these are some good teams that will let you know if you don't, as they should in a kind, helpful way.
They'll be chirping.
I don't know. We've played the Ghost. I feel like we could beat both these teams. So I think Red Lion's just a little bit better in experience.
With or without Marcus?
Yeah. I mean, if we're going to have to short sell one player on the team, yeah, I believe that my team can beat anyone that we play this year. Redlegs, anybody. I'm not saying we're going to.
Oh.
That's the difference in believing in your team and being overconfident.
You're saying
and
you
coming-
have a option to win. You guys could be there. You don't know if you will, but you're sure as hell going to try.
You know, somebody else, and I know that Cougar can verify that this was said. I won't say who said it, but after reffing our game and seeing 2 weeks of us, it's very early, but they believe we have a top 10 offense and a top 15 defense. And I think undeniably that is true.
Who said that?
And I think that we
That's
can play
classified.
with anybody in the top 15.
What's classified on the podcast?
And there's a
It's
difference between
classified,
saying that
ma'am.
you're going to win and believing in your team.
Off the record,
That's
ma'am.
Off the record, okay.
Yep.
YSC 3
Aaron says hurry up.
at 5 p.m. Rockets at Scoonies. Whew.
Rockets.
The red glare. That's is that a unanimous? Coug?
Scoonies.
Oh, he's going.
I'm going
I was going to
Scoonies.
say
Two
Scoonies,
Scoonies?
too.
Okay.
Scoonies.
I mean, the crowd is into the Rockets, and I can't blame them.
I don't know why.
These ain't Joe Mama's Rockets. These Rockets drop fucking bombs.
Oh.
They can kick, they can field, they're having fun, but they're wanting to win, and this could be a game that they could come out and show you how much they want to win.
Okay.
YSC 3 at 7 p.m. Jazz House at the Recess Rejects. Man, this is a make or break game for
This will
Jazz
make a break
House.
for
This could
Jazz
be
House.
3 games, 3 weeks, 3 lineups. That's you don't recover from that. You can only plan for the playoffs.
I think Recess rejects, but I also
I
think
agree.
that every game from here on out, because obviously Jazz House is a whole bunch of new players, every game they're going to get better, and hopefully by the end of the season they will have it figured out and they'll know Rick's antics and be able to go at it.
for the
But
playoffs.
I think until they kind of have more experience with all their players all being there, then they'll finally figure it out.
Yeah.
First of all, I didn't know Ellen from Jazz House went to whatever team it was, the Ghosts. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah.
How many players did they lose, Jazz House? My
But
God.
that's because Rick is the one guy who could pick up players in a
Still,
heartbeat.
Ellen's a big loss for
I'm going to give it to Lauren as
Total
well
team
as Rick
turnover.
because that Lauren has also stuck with that Jazz House team for quite a bit. We got to give it to
Someone
Lauren.
has to. Jesus.
Well, I mean, Rick goddamn has through an Achilles tear. So we're going to give it to Rick. I will say that they're going to come back with a vengeance. They're going to try to figure something out. But I will say the recess rejects will still come out on top. But I feel like it's going to be by minimal. Like I feel like the Jazz House, they want to come back somehow.
YSC 4 at 5 p.m. Woo!
Jesus.
We have a rematch.
Why are they both at 5? Why are
I
they
know.
at 5?
I will guarantee this one will be recorded.
Yeah, Marcus.
Taco Zone at Johnny's. A rematch of the Cup Championship.
Shocking to pick 'em.
Not only that, they're on field 4, and that's like literally the best field to play on.
It's Hobbs.
It's by the pick 'em and
Pick 'em
spread.
and the
Pick 'em
spread.
spread.
This is pick up and
Who
spread.
wants to go first? Adam, you go first.
You, Cougar.
No.
Cougar wants to go
Oh,
first.
man. Honestly, I don't know much about either of these guys. Go Johnny's. Austin Myers. Johnny's by 1. That's going first advantage there.
Who's next?
I'll go next, but I don't know how you could watch Taco Zone like they were at Game of the Week and think that they're going to let Johnny's roll over them like that. So I will at least say Taco Zone by 2.
Okay, Courtney?
I will say after watching them play and reffing Johnny's, I think it's going to be a very close game, but I think Taco Zone's going to edge out, and I think it's going to be 1-up.
Oh, shit. 1-2.
Tacos are by 1. Okay. Sean?
I've looked back. I've never picked against them in a pick'em game.
Just
and
like
I don't
Cougar.
think I'm going to start now. I'm going to go Taco Zone by 2. 2 Liz
It's
Bunts.
already been chosen.
That's mine.
She's already
That's
been
mine.
chosen.
Get out of here.
3.
3.
That's fine. I'll take the 3.
Well, guess what, Emberly? Joke's on you. I'm going Johnny's by 2.
Hardy, har, dude.
I hear the yodeler.
I will say I know people on both teams, and there's some very athletic people on these
Yeah.
teams, and it's if you're not going to be playing, this is the game. Well,
I wish
besides
I-
my
yeah,
game,
fine.
this is another game that you should
Yeah.
be watching. You will learn a lot from these teams, and if you can transfer it over to your guys' gameplay, that would be great.
Damn.
All right, enough talk about the top teams. YSC 4 at 7 p.m. Sod Squad at Young Spine.
Yeah.
Is this a pick'em?
Adam, your last. No, it's not. Adam, your last.
We're going to pick them, though.
I just wanted to talk about it.
No, you can talk about them, but you pick last.
Well, I don't know. A lot of people might not know, but
Tell us.
well, so Yacy Young used to play on our team, and she finally went and got her own team. 2 years ago, they beat us twice. They beat us in the regular season and in the tournament. Last year, we beat them twice, once in the regular season, once in the tournament, to go to the play for the Twain Championship. First time in our franchise history we ever got to at least play for a trophy, so that was awesome. But man, these games are battles. If you're not there watching them, you don't know. But these games have been super close, super competitive. I know that they've improved quite a bit. It looks like they're putting up crazy runs. Crooked numbers, you might say. Yeah, that's like...
They definitely have gained
what was
some
it? It
new
was
players, and I honestly think it's going to be a great game, but I think Young Spring's going to get you guys.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I'm not going to pick against my team, but yeah, this is a tiebreaker for 2 versus 2 wins the last 2 years. So looking forward to playing Young Spine.
Yeah, this is going to be a really fun game.
It's gonna be a good game, yeah.
I think you guys might have motivated with those two defeats last year. Motivated us to go out and slap together a team that is going to be really damn good all year. Tough to pick, but I'm leaning on Young Spine on this one.
Me too.
Man, I hope the camera stays up at YSC4 for 7 o'clock because this is going to be a fucking banger.
Yeah.
Hope so.
YSC 5 at 5 p.m. Late fees at Cyport CBK.
Is everybody going to be there, Sean?
Maybe. Why would I give you a scouting report?
Why the fuck would I pick your team then?
Because you know what you'll never hear me say? You'll never hear me say
I'm going to
we
pick
lost
your
because
team.
we were missing something.
Sean, your team. I'm picking you.
Hey, high five.
And how many people are going to be there?
Everybody.
Oh, well, there we
Everybody.
go. That's all you had to say.
Yeah, everybody.
Okay.
We're having fun.
Okay.
We're all going to have fun.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm picking the Cyport as well. Yeah.
Skyfall 007.
YSC 5 at 7 p.m. The Ringers at the Midnight Tokers.
Toker's going 3-0. Jeez.
Tokers.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think Tokers are going 3-0.
Yeah, shout out to the Ringers for stick around, picking up some new players. Shout out to Mitch. But yeah, Tokers are looking real good, man. That's gonna be tough.
Yeah. New to the league, but even with the veterans that have played 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons that are now with the Ringers, there's still just a lot to learn with this
is the
team
new
that they're going to
Brutang.
be playing, and well,
Oh God, Brutang.
I've got to be good. I think it's going to be a good learning experience for the Ringers. It's going to set them up for some success in weeks 3, 4, 5 moving forward in the season. YSC 6 at 5 p.m. Red Legs at the Honey Badgers.
I wanted this to be a pick'em game there,
This
Sean,
is a
but
good
you wouldn't
pick.
let
I
me.
know,
You wouldn't let
This
me.
is a great pickup game.
Cougar, I had enough of the top teams. Okay,
I don't.
That's enough.
But this would
I
be a
don't.
great kick-up game.
yeah, I
Like,
know.
this would be such a fucking game.
This is a good game.
This is a very
I think Honey Badgers are going to be mad and then come back.
yeah.
But
They're always mad, to
I
be
think
fair.
Jordan and them will probably be there, so it's going to be a close game.
I think they're going to be back to full strength this week. Is that not?
Yeah, I think Jordan's going to come back. Her and Finley, they're going to come back, and they're going to be a little bit mad. Just like, Kenny is. He's going to have a vengeance on his shoulders. So it's really hard to pick, but the way Redlegs was able to handle and control Johnny's from that 5-3, I'm going to have to give it to him. Redlegs all the way. They couldn't control Taco Zone the way.
It's hard not to pick Red Legs.
I recall, what was it, the second round, like 2 years ago, when these two teams played over at YC4. Red Legs won in a walk-up, but my gosh.
Yeah.
It was super, super contentious. You cut attention with a knife. I think these two are going to kill each other. Literally kill each other. But I think cooler heads will prevail between these two teams. But my God, you ref that game, didn't you? That game was...
It was fun.
It was fun, but my
I don't
God,
mind
it was highly
I don't mind
contentious.
it.
They're going to
Controversy
kill each other.
creates cash.
Yeah.
Bring it in. YSC 6 at 7 p.m. Empire at the Bald Beavers.
Oh,
From somebody who just played this team, I'm going to give it to Empire.
Yeah.
They
Empire
play
all
together
day.
a lot longer as
Yeah.
a concisive team than Bald Beavers. They are still putting pieces together. I'm going to give it to Empire. They're going to come out for sure.
It's a rematch of the game of the week last year, week 10. It was Empire that won 16-9, and it might be uglier score than that. I love the Ball Beaver, my former teammates, but
yeah, they're great.
They're trying to get their things together. Empire at least gets something to get from last year. It's going to be Empire big.
Yeah. YSC 7 at 5 p.m. The Soda Jerks at Asteroid Head, with the Jerks looking to move to 3-0.
3-0.
Derek, you got any scoops for me? Anybody missing? Anybody?
My team is like 1,000% right now. We're awesome.
1,000%. I love it.
Hey, Derek, how many home runs are you going to have?
I don't know. What field are we on?
YSC 7.
I'm going to say probably none. I'm not that good of a kicker.
No pop-up.
It's not what I wanted to hear.
No, yeah, those days are long.
It's going to be
And
windy.
Yoga pants
Storms
in or
are
out?
rolling in,
Yoga
so.
pants in or out?
Yoga pants are for lounging, not gaming.
Fuck! You're not winning. You're not winning. Asteroid Head!
I will say this: if the wind is out, Asteroid Head has a few deep legs. Pat Watkins, arguably the best lefty in the league.
Clint's out for the season.
Oh, is he?
He's out for the
Out for the season.
Oh, then that sucks for them. That being said, oh yeah.
Oh
I was
wait,
gonna say he's the other big head.
Sod Squad way back there thinks they have the best left fielder. Or Sacred Sword.
Sacred Bunt.
Sorry. I wouldn't dare put them with I wouldn't dare put them with Adam.
Emberly's favorite team. Emberly's favorite team.
Emberly's favorite team is Adam's team.
No,
but
first of all, that is total cap. Peach is not a good lefty.
We got Solid Squad and Sacred. I got 2 S's out the wazoo in this fucker.
I think historically,
Sacred Bun.
I think historically in the last 4 years, I think we went 3-1 or 2-2 against Asteroid Head. So I think we're kind of like
You're right
Solid
there.
Squad and ACC Young Spine. Yeah, we're kind of flip flop. We'll see how it goes. I feel like we got it. We match up with them really well. And Asteroid Head is kind of always an enigma. You don't know what kind of team they're getting at the particular day. But if wind is out, it's going to be sketchy for us.
You guys looked really good against Court Suckers, and that's a tough. I think that's a good if D holes are the gateway to the top 10. I think Court Suckers are the gateway to the top 18 maybe.
Yeah.
So I think that was a good win.
Sorry.
Okay, get well soon, Clint. Get well soon.
Yeah, I didn't know about Thrasher. That sucks. All right, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I want to see the
Derek.
Jerks go 3-0. Go Jerks.
Yep, me too. Yeah.
YSC 7 at 7 p.m. Rick Rollers at Yingling.
We thought about it as a pick'em. Thought about it. It was close. But here's Jeffrey.
I'm not going to say run rule, Emberly. I do like our chances this one. I don't know. I'm going to call what? Should I call 7? I think I'm going to call 7. Play it safe. We're going to win by 7.
Oh, he's not confident, but he guarantees a victory by 7.
Run rules anymore.
Yeah.
Sean.
You don't know that.
I think
So that would
7's
go.
a fair assessment. I think this game, especially seeing how this team has come together so quickly with knowing that how Shipley has had to put them together.
Sean, you had that triple X game marked as we underperformed. But
talking
in your-
about LFK
but-
Rays?
Yep, LFK Rays. Sorry. But in the rankings, in your preseason rankings, you had them ranked above us. So did we underperform?
You did.
On paper, yes.
From somebody who said they were going to run rule, you did underperform, my dear.
Yeah.
It's called Viagra. Next time.
It was Marisa that said it there, Emberly.
Also, still Viagra. Okay.
That were our.
Keep it hard.
That's nature's medicine.
Oh my God, this is not an
No, it is
AP top
not.
25. My rebuttal. My rebuttal would be that there are 9 individuals that have their own individual rankings that are all factored, weighted, and decided upon in the preseason that are only decided upon by the team's performance the prior season. Accounting for team changes, leadership changes, age outs, babies, vacations, none of that is brought into that thought process.
I think it
other
should
than
be.
how they. I don't disagree with you at all.
So what you're saying is at the beginning.
What I'm saying is
Addition
that
should factor
I know where you're
in.
going.
No, I was going to say the beginning of the season, I think we should make it a challenge and everybody put in your votes for what you think the ranking should be and make it to support our charity.
That's a
Money
great
and
idea.
Twin.
Like
I'm
a-
brilliant.
For charity.
Good idea.
what your ranking
charity.
is, and then you turn them in, and then when the board releases the season schedule and the rankings, see how
And the
whoever
board
picks
pays
it.
how wrong they were.
YSC 8 at 5 p.m. There's a hurricane a brewing the tropics at the Harpies.
Is Matt going to be back?
Matt will be back.
Is Ryan
Ryan
gonna
will be okay. And I will not be playing hat. No, I will not be
Oh,
playing.
no. Do you want to hear about why Cougar won't play? They played with 9 on
No, it's 10.
Sunday.
Actually, it's 10.
He played with 10.
Because he's
with-
retired?
With a crippled captain, and he's so selfish, he would do anything but play.
Sean, selfish, sit down,
Selfish.
stay humble, stay humble.
It's selfish.
A competitor.
If you retired and next year one of your teammates got injured and couldn't play,
If I knew
you wouldn't play?
if you knew what retirement was and why people retire, then fuck yeah. If I was retired and I wanted to stop playing, then yeah, my 23, 24, 25, 26-year-old, I'm sorry. I'm staying out.
Fair enough, but Cougar retired because he only kicks pop-ups. There's a difference.
There's a lot of factors why
Cougar
There's a lot
likes
of
to
reasons
rip.
why I retire. There's a lot of reasons why I
Because he's too
retire.
busy paying for his sugar daddy.
Cougar Sugar Daddy does not,
How your tropics there, Cougar?
does not compute. Does not compute.
Cougar,
No.
tropics and harpies. I've got the harpies all day.
I got harpies too. Look, the tropics still are figuring themselves out. Like 6 new players, 2 brand new. So, and harpies without Elliot, I gotta get well soon.
Why are
they
you
still got experienced players.
You are such
So-
a self-deprecator.
How have you known me? I was always self-prepared. Duh.
Let me pile on.
They're still just trying to play. They're still trying to, figure themselves out.
Yeah.
But
I
while
think
he's
I'm more
talking, I
continuity.
will say
Still more continuity of harpies.
against him, harpies.
Let's get some runs. You guys need some runs. Get
I
some
agree with you. They need some runs.
You
I agree.
You and D-Holes need runs.
I agree. They need some runs. I agree.
All right.
YSC 8 at 7 p.m. D-Holes at Shirt
A
Factory.
very angry
Factory's
shirt factory.
angry.
And by the way, history at D-Holes. You know how many times D-Holes has ever been Shirt Factory? Anybody?
None.
0, correct.
I'm right.
You are right.
And I'm going to keep it up.
I don't
Of
think
course.
this is going to be the game they
It's
do.
not going to be.
I
it's
think
not
they're going to
happen.
have fun playing this game, but I think Sure Factory is going to come very mad and
Especially Paul.
Oh,
He's
shit.
the most pissed off of them all. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. The biggest jerk in the league. Actually, he's the nicest guy.
Do you have a guess for how
Paul's the
many
nicest guy in the
runs?
league. Paul's the nicest guy in the league. It's very true. But look at his. Look at his
how many
eyes.
runs do you think?
Look at his eyes. What?
Are
He says
Ari and
25
Steve going
runs.
to drive separately?
Are they going to drive separately?
He says 25
Have
runs.
Steve a run.
Who brings the dog?
20?
Who brings the dog? Bullwinkle? No,
20.
Bullwinkle's not coming.
He says 20 runs.
It's only going to
No,
be 8.
you're not. Just say that. Spencer, no, you're not. No,
From
you're
Shirt Factory.
No, you're not.
Riley, you
Sure,
better
you're
run
not.
the bases.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
And so it shall be.
Even Tori is pissed off. Look at him. Jeez. Hi, Tori.
So many good games.
I know. This is a.
This is a 7 o'clock.
From a big Shirt
This
Factory.
week is a
oh, wait.
banger.
Yeah. I want to say this would be most closely like the
Somebody in the
ranked.
stands did want me to say, though,
Yeah.
to Shirt Factory, kick-ass shortstop on the D-holes. I don't know. That was just somebody in the crowd, just so you guys know. 7 o'clock at Hobbs.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Around the Hobbs Park, 7 p.m. Global Cafe at Post House.
This is a pick'em game. This is a pick'em game. Who wants to go first?
I think whoever's reffing this game is going to have some fun, so
Sacred
be
Sword Free
prepared.
States. Sacred Sword Free States.
I will say that this is probably going to be another one of those great games to watch. I really am not sure if everybody's going to be here for both teams, but I'm going to say Post House by 4. Or I'm still saying by 4.
You know what, man? Let us say numbers.
Yeah.
Well, just let us say
Cougar was
numbers.
saying numbers.
It's
And if
fun to
we're
say
at
numbers.
it, I'm going to say, God damn it, Post House
Man.
by 5.
I think Post House is out for blood. I think I'm picking Post House, but man, I don't know if I can give 5. But I can't pick a number, so I'm not going to.
No, you can't. No, I'm going Post House as well. Even though Oscar Global Cafe, I'm going Post House.
Sean.
Go ahead, Mr. Meredith.
You know what scares me?
Is how you're going opposite.
Is when you don't hear anything about or from Post House. Silent Simon is the scariest. And I
Silent
would
Simon is
never
always-
pick against Post House in this situation.
Well, he's also busy with a new puppy, so maybe that's
He will be silent. He will, he will be here, but Simon won't say a word. So
I'm
don't
going
you
Post
worry.
House.
Don't you worry. Oh, next one.
One place one Post Ben. Ben's the only one with Global. Ben, no, Ben with Global. Ben with Global.
There's
Ben with
a
Global.
difference maker. He's going for it.
He does count. He always counts.
Ben doesn't count.
Last but not least, week 3, game of the week. Hobbs Park at 9:15 p.m.
These guys-
Sacred Sword at Free State Brewery.
These guys have been sitting here waiting.
I can't wait.
They've been waiting for this.
Sacred just said by a million.
Ready.
Sacred Sword just said by a million. What are we giving them?
Yeah.
We're going to need a really big score sheet for that.
Yeah.
I think potentially this has the ability to be the second most lopsided game of the week this year.
Why, Sean? Tell us more.
Because Free State lost players.
I think that the losses are so big for Free State, and I love Seth to death. I love Free State. Man, we've all seen what Sword brings to the table, and it's going to be hard to stop.
All right, I'm picking Sacred.
I wouldn't say Sacred by a million, but I'll at least give them 10.
I was going to say 10. At least I'm thinking 10.
Hey, brother, you said is Austin that big of a loss? Yeah, he's that big of a loss.
So how big?
Fuck it, I'll say it. Sacred by 20. No.
Oh my God.
I'll give him.
I'm sorry, Seth. I love you, Seth. Fellow Niners fan, go Niners. But no, this might get really ugly.
Yeah. I'll go out. It might be bad. 20. That's a lot, though.
I don't know.
Adam, you got anything to top that?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm pretty sure their dad owns the dealership, so they're going to be running over motherfuckers out there.
I love it. Sacred bunt by 15.
It's just the same. I said 20.
That rounds out week 3. It is going to be a fantastic lineup all week from
everybody
5 to 9:15.
Do your rain dances. Let's keep that rain away, y'all.
Yeah, let's keep it away. For all the guests that joined us here tonight, Adam, do you have any final closing thoughts?
Yeah, hey, we got to take the Kendrick Lamar off the playlist, man. All right, it's getting played out. Shit's on every video. Every video is
Team
not like
Kendrick
us.
only.
Okay, there's other teams like you. It's played out already. Move on.
Kendrick Lamar, my God, you kids in
Certified
hip hop.
pedophile.
Kendrick won. Hands down.
This beef between Kendrick Lamar and frickin' Drake has nothing on Biggie Smalls and Tupac Shakur.
It all has to do with Pity.
Zero.
It all has to do with Diddy. It all has to do with P. Diddy.
It's true.
Sorry.
Allegedly, Aaron. Exactly.
Adam, Emberly, Courtney, thank you all for joining us at 610 Florida Street at our bar. The best wings in Lawrence, Kansas. We'll see you all Sunday, this Sunday, first, out at YSC and at Hobbs for Game of the Week. Don't miss it. Until then, we will see you soon.
Look what you made
Sorry,
me
ghosts.
do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just